Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be ranking every single Treyarch Zombies map, not including the entirety of Cold War, but everything in its predecessor. And I think we should just start. And I think we should start off with the Machine. And I think that's an A-tier map. Nothing too wrong except the Easter egg. Can be quite easy. I wish there was more things to do, such as side quests, but that is all I have to say, and I think it's the best Cold War map. And let's start from the top of Black Ops 4, which is Tag. Yeah, Tag. Not as great as Call of the Dead, but the wonder weapons weren't very good. The Easter egg wasn't as great as it needed to be for the last map of, I guess, Ether. And I'm gonna put out C. And next on our list is, what is it? Oh jeez, yeah, it's Alpha and Omega, isn't it? Okay. Alpha and Omega is it's not as good as Nuketown, but we don't really hold Nuketown to a very high standard. So I think I'm just gonna put this as C because it's very neutral. It's not terrible, but it's not too fun. And I think next we have Ancient Evil. Yeah, Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil is an incredible map. Just incredible wonder weapons, incredible story, an incredible shield. And I think I'm gonna put that B. And Classified. Oh no, it's Dead of the Night, isn't it? Yeah. Dead of the Night. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hate it. It's so tedious, and most of the steps of the Easter eggs are just like holding X and stuff, just interacting and picking up stuff. And I'm gonna put this a D tier because I just don't want to play that at all. And now on to Classified. Classified remaster of 5 doesn't even have the Pentagon Thief. Open the map up very widely, so you had a lot of room to like train it and everything, and you got to see the rest of the Pentagon. But did improve the Winter's Howl, and you got to play as the Ether story, like Nikolai, Takio, Dempsey, and Richtofen 2.0, which I thought was very cool. But the Easter egg, round 150, was not a good idea because people had to glitch to get to 150, as it was just not a very overpowered map. And I'm gonna put this at the top of C. So just right under B, but not as bad as Tag. And let's do Voyage first. Voyage, it's a good map. The shield is the parts of the shield aren't that bad, but the Kraken wasn't like, it was a good gun, but getting that was a pain. Also, the water parts of the map and how the map was rooted in a way that if you were lost, you couldn't find your way back, and everything was scattered. So I'm gonna put it at D. And And now we have Blood. Blood of the Dead. I actually kind of liked it. Like the parts where Mob of the Dead did poorly, it improved on. But everything that Mob of the Dead did well, it completely destroyed it. And I think it lost half its fan base just because of that. Oh, whoops. And sorry. And Blood. I think I'm gonna put this at B. I'm very controversial. The Easter egg I know is very difficult, but I'm not an Easter egg guy. I like, the magma gat, camping at the trap. I liked the Hell's Redeemer. Like, it was all cool. Like, especially getting the golden spoon. Yeah, I think it's very open, and there's a lot of ways to play the map. And that's why I'm picking out B. And our last Black Ops 4 map. 9. This is my favourite map on BO4. My most played map. My favourite map. It's just... One thing I don't like about it's the wonder weapon. It's so terrible. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It doesn't kill a lot. There's not a lot of spread. It's not like the Wonder Waffle. It's just much worse. But if you look past that and you get the Helion Salvo, it's an A tier. It's a perfect map. Well, not perfect, but the best BO4 map. And looks like a lot of effort was put into it. And let's go to BO3 with Revelations. I think instead of going back and back, I'm gonna start at World of War and go up because I feel like that's a lot more easier. Okay, let's start with Nocturnal Titan. Nocturnal Titan, very bland, nothing to do, but in the blandness there's a story that you can create by yourself, and it lets your imagination go off, and it doesn't need it to be a good map. It just needs to be fun. I think it's quite fun. So I'm gonna put this at the bottom of B. Very controversial, I know. I'm gonna get a drink. 1 second, guys. I'm back with a drink of Lucasade. And where were we? Verrückt. Ah yes, Verrückt. My favourite. Second favourite World of War map. I think it's a very it's like, I don't like it because it's difficult. I like it because it persuades emotions, and you feel trapped, and there's a horror of it, and the ambience of everything, and just how it's set out, how it's a very bland map, but you feel alone while you're in the map. And that's why I'm going to be putting it at the top of A. And DLC 2 for World of War is Shinonuma. And this is simple. 24 zombie round cap. Non-intentional. Wonder weapon. You've got the dog rounds. new implements to the series, and there's not much else. Or the random perks, they can be quite annoying, but you need a bit of RNG in a game, or it gets bland. That's why I'm putting this one just above Wrecked. DLC 3 of World at War. Let me just take a sip. See, DLC 3 of World at War was a time when BO1 was just people. We were looking out for another game, and BO1 was on the horizon. And then Darius came out, and this implemented so many things. The Pack-a-Punch, teleporters. Okay, that's all I've got. Where is it? Is it just the giant? Are we just? Okay, no. But the flaws of this map were: you show yourself with the one dwarf, you lose Jug. It's such a big map that when the dogs come, you better have a good gun, or you're better dead. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan. And Darius was less about training and more about camping. And I'm not a guy who camps, but I did like World at War had a lot of very good LMGs, and that's why Darius was kind of looked up upon. But I'm not a big fan of how it's laid out or the system it used, that you lost Jug, so you would be screwed. And that's why I'm putting it at just below Blood of the Dead. Jeez, this is controversial. Okay. Black Ops 1. Let's start off. Where is it? Transit. Okay. Transit. What a terrible map. No replay value. Most of the time you're just confused on where you're supposed to be going. Pack-a-Punch, terrible. Wonder Weapon, terrible. No new perks. Except Tombstone, but Tombstone you couldn't use if you're in solo, and I'm a solo player. So I'm going to be putting this at D tier. But Ted was a great meme, and they could have done a lot more with the Easter egg with Ted, or with I don't know, just something more creative. After, why am I on transit? I'm just gonna keep transit there. Let's go to BO1. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Okay, let's start BO1 with. I'm gonna put transit back. I'm gonna start BO1 with 5 because that's my favorite BO. That's my favorite starting map of Black Ops 1. And what I like about it is the setup. Like, it's a very RNG based, if you want it to be RNG based, but you can play your cards right and get packed Mustang and Says by like round 12 or round 7. It's all like that RNG. Or you can spin the box and, get lucky. And there's the Pentagon Thief, incredible new feature, a mid-round boss that's actually a boss and is scary. Not saying that the dogs weren't scary, but this is a detriment to high rounds and can really F you over. So I'm going to put this above Verrucht, just below Shinima, but that's where 5 is gone. And the other map that Black Ops 1 started off with, Kino der Toten. Bland. Should have been DLC 4 of World at War. Complete copy, paste, but with the new inclusion of Nova Crawlers, which can be annoying if you don't have a Thunder Gun or a Ray Gun and you're just using an M16 off the wall, like a Galil. And you could not camp on this map, which created it to be much harder for the regular player. And I think that's where you sort of learn how to train. So I'm gonna put this at the bottom of B tier, because I feel like it's not up to, it hasn't, it's just not very good for this time. But back then, it was a great map, great, incredible map, like spectacular. But now, just bland. Nothing. You can't do anything with it. And that brings us on to DLC 1, which, oh god, okay, which was, oh yes, Ascension. Yeah, okay, Ascension. I hate this map. I actually hate this map. The monkeys, terrible. If you're good at that, if you're good at protecting your perks, and you're good at picking perks that, like, you're gonna only use. Like, I just like to play and play without caring about, I don't know, what's gonna happen next. So, keeping this, sorry, let me just take a swig. Keeping track of the monkey rounds can be quite annoying, but I do like the pack punch system. Like, a great improvement from Kino. A lot more, it's more multiplayer centric. It's not a very solo based game. You need friends. And yeah, because you need more players, or you just buy jug and speed and you train. I don't know why you train, because I don't play the map. This is dumb, stupid map. And that's why I'm putting it below Dead of the Night. And that brings us to DLC 2, which I'm pretty sure was Call of the Dead. Where is it? Call of the Dead. Big plays to Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead, incredible map. Love this map. It's a lot like 5. It's all about RNG, playing your cards right. You know, killing George when you have to, and not acting like a stupid idiot. So, like, and I loved the innovations of the zipline. The zipline was just incredible, and the flingers, you know, PhD it helped a bunch with Call of the Dead, as its main one weapon was the scavenger, but it did have the VR11, which was not very good, but we can look past its defects and play like a regular map, and that's why I'm putting Call of the Dead at S tier. Please do not shout at me. And DLC 3, Shangri-La. Shangri-La set on Mars, and you can't see anything otherwise. The monkeys, not that difficult. Like, they can help you a bunch. I love them taking carpenters and then, I don't know, even just taking them or just turning them into double points. It's all great. I don't mind the screamers or the fire zombies because by that time you've got like a ray gun, like a PhD. But the baby maker, not very good for high rounds, but very fun to play with. Also the spike moors, a cult classic. So I'm gonna put this just below Verruct. And DLC 4, the end of Black Ops 1. Moon. See, Moon. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, I was on Moon. Yes. And as Moon was the last DLC of last DLC of Black Ops 1, it added an incredible Easter egg to an already incredible game. The excavators weren't that great, they were more of a detriment, but you need to do some of them for the Easter egg, which was quite annoying, which made high rounds and training in the globe, I don't know what it's called, very difficult. So I'm going to be putting this at the top C tier because I don't think it's B tier, but it's definitely playable, you know. And let's start with Transit. You already know what I'm talking about. Transit, just a terrible start to everything. So, complete bomb. Now, let's go into the race. The race was, Diarize. What a terrible map. You know, the verticality instead of horizontal. Exactly what the opposite of Transit was. And PhD was shown in this map, but taunted at us by, Treyarch. And so this is where the map just sort of went downhill, and people just did not like that. And it was basically unplayable, as if you fell, you would just die. But this liquefier was its saving grace, as it was a good wonder weapon, and it helped people get to high rounds, unlike Transit, as the turbine. No, it's not a turbine. The Transit's wonder weapon was not very good. I don't know what that thing is called. It's so terrible. And it didn't help you at high rounds, but Diarize, incredible wonder weapon. And so it made training a lot easier. And there was the jumpers round, the Nova jumpers. I don't know what they're called. Oh, jumping jacks, yes. Help. Also, if you didn't miss any of your shots or you knifed all of them, you would get a free perk, which made getting a perkaholic very easy. So that's why I'm putting Diarize in C tier. Okay. DLC 3 was More of the Dead, an incredible map, and this is when I forgot his name. well, the guy who made Mob of the Dead, he joined in, and so they created Mob of the Dead, which is literally a cult classic to a lot of people, and can be argued to be one of the best Call of Duty maps ever. So this is because it did not have a good storyline. The characters were all mobsters, which coronated. I mean, it just had a very cool aesthetic to it, as it is set in Alcatraz, and they got a lot of the setting right, and it actually made you feel like you were there. And unlike any other maps, you could take one look at this place and you would know it's a very, I don't know, scary or, you know, decrepit place. And the weapons, the acid gat, the regular blundergat, which were incredible. They added so much, as the map did not have a monkey bomb. The acid gat worked as a sort of monkey bomb. If they were not going after you, they would go after the acid gat. Didn't do a lot of damage, but there was the Hell's Redeemer, which did damage up to around 40. One shot damage up to around 40, I think. Or it did infinite damage, I'm not sure. There was the new traps, the acid rain trap, which was quite cool. What else am I missing? There's the warden. Very scary, but not very strong if you have the blundergat, obviously. They had a lot of new weapons, which were not on any other map at that time, and very powerful. And with the addition of Electric Cherry and just Electric Cherry, was quite innovative of the time. And there was the Afterlife mode, which made maneuvering around the map and turning on power quite a struggle. I made it quite repetitive, but people could look over it as they refined their skills down and down until it was quite fast to set up. And that's why I'm putting Mob of the Dead. I am. Where's Mob gone? And Mob, I'm putting that at the bottom of A tier. Okay. And that brings us buried. A map which could not stand up to how good Mob of the Dead is, and how it's turned into a meme and is the best Victus map, I would say. I don't know. The bank system wasn't new to this map, but made it overpowered and made it way too easy for the regular person to just hop on and, I don't know, get to around 10. It's like, and the one weapon, the I don't know its name. The stupid. It didn't do a lot of damage, but could allow you to move it around the map a lot easier. And we hadn't seen at the time that one weapon made you, I don't know, go faster or rise in elevation, which helped a large vertical map. This map is set in a western town, so if you live in a western town, you would have, really feel at home. So this is why I'm putting it in D tier, because the map sucks and it brought nothing new. unlike what I just said there, kind of contradicting what I just said there. It was innovative, but not what we needed at that time. Not what Mob of the Dead was bringing to the floor. Okay. Oh, I completely missed out. Farm, Town, and Dust Beeper. Just quickly, these are all parts. These are all parts of the transit. So I'm gonna put town in. I'm gonna put that just above Kino, farm, below transit, and I'm gonna put bus depot below farm. And then DLC 4 for Black Ops 2 became Origins, the next Blundell map, which created Mob of the Dead. So Origins, there was so much hype around it, and the hype was natural hype, and we needed this because Black Ops 2 was such a shit show, and created a new story for Bob added onto the story a lot of new stuff that we needed. So this is why I'm putting Origins below Call of the Dead, but in S tier. And oh, I completely forgot the nuke sound. How can you forget nuke sound? I'm putting that above Ascension. And let's start off Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 started off with Shadows of Evil. And this map added, much like the Half-Life system, the Beast mode, which made you turn into an Apothecon, which opened up a new entire storyline that we had not a clue about. So it added on, as it was on a new generation of consoles, there was a lot more additions of what they could do with the system and the game. So this added Widow's Wine, the only new perk of BO3. An unlimited damage wonder weapon, which was way too overpowered if you had alchemical. And a midway boss called the Magua, which had 3 eyes, and you had to shoot them while they were open, giving you 500 points each eye getting shot out. And the rituals to open a pack punch, very new and innovative, and opened our minds to what Activision had up their sleeve. So I'm going to be putting Shadows of Evil above Origins. Okay. I'm going to take a sip. Ah. Okay. DLC 1. Oh no, the Giant. Basically the same as Doris. Why did I put Doris? Did I seriously put Doris that high? Jesus. Okay, well, they fixed everything that Doris was flawed at, and they added Stamina Up or Deadshot, whatever you had in your game. So, and I'm going to be putting the Giant at 80. And DLC 1 of BO3, which was the Horizon track, added the 4 bows, much like the Origin stuffs. Basically a copy and paste. You had the 3 dragons you had to fill up, much like the Mob of the Dead dogs that you had to fill up. And this wasn't very innovative, but there was the Mangler, which they had taken straight from Origins, which was the mid-round boss, which was quite scary. But in the Horizon track was not that scary, as you could get the bows by round 3. So I'm going to be putting the Horizon track at the top of A tier. as it is a very innovative map and doesn't have many flaws. The Easter egg is fun. I've done the Easter egg many times. You can do it solo or co-op, and there was the Dresdrak had the first boss fight, which was really cool and was very fun co-op. So that's why I'm putting it A2. DLC 2. This is where they got BO3 wrong, and they pushed the story, I mean not the story, but the gameplay off to the side, and they only thought about the Easter egg, and they were like, we need this Easter egg to be difficult and confusing, and you need a million guides up just at once to figure out what's going on. And don't even get me started on the plants. Fuck that. They don't control what I do. I control what I do. And it's just so terrible. Especially the power system, not the manglers, the thrashers. They don't even give you any points if you kill them. They can eat people. And it's basically just terrible, except the specialist and the wonder weapon, which acted just like the liquefier, but was quite a lot more powerful. And the specialist was, you could use the specialist to kill enemies very slowly in front of you if they were looking into your specialist, which allowed camping to be a lot more easier, as the KT4 and the Skull of Namsafway, which, yeah, they help camping and they reinforce that you should be camping and it's more fun, but not really my turn map. I know some people do like sets, as it's a very expert and veteran map, which people can hop on and figure out for a week and then forget about it. And that's why I'm putting Setsubo no Shima in B tier. No, I'm putting it in C tier. And I'm moving Diarise into A tier. That brings us to Uruguay. What an incredible map. So much replayability. What an incredible specialist. What, just a specialist that is full of life. And the map, you don't even need to do the Easter egg and you have so much fun. As Pack-a-Punch is all about killing zombies and like all the specialists just killing zombies. None of it is like codes or like you don't need to bring up a sheet like to play this map. You can hop on and you can play. And I feel like, it's a very beginner and, like me, very fun map. That's why I'm putting Gorod Crovey below Shadows of Evil. And our last map, Revelations. Revelations was DLC 4, as they had run out of ideas by then, and we needed a war map. I don't know what it's called, the End War, and they just put you in space. They put you, I don't know, the light ether with a bunch of polygons. They teared maps apart and just smushed them together, hoping that it would have the same effect. And it's just, it's not good. The Easter egg is stupid. Like, you need to do all the other Easter eggs before you can do that Easter egg. So, it can be quite annoying for people who just want to play, and it's not friendly to people who just want to play the damn map. You have to do the Easter egg, or like, and it's way too easy. There's so many wonder weapons in that map, which just like you get an emulation and then you set. And that's why I'm putting Revelations at C tier. And that's going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. Tell me if my views on this are correct. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.